Hey guys, here we are ready to do phonics for Tuesday, May 5th. Okay, this is some new information, okay? We never got to this unit in school. So what we have here is we are going to be looking at suffixes. Suffixes are letters that we put at the end of a word that changes the meaning, okay? And the suffixes that we're going to be focusing on are less, full, ly, ness, and ment, okay? So what I have done first is I've made a little cheat sheet of the suffixes. Now these are called consonant suffixes because each of them begins with a consonant, okay? Now, most of them add a separate syllable onto the end of a word. So you will have what is called the base word. Okay, so if we look at this one, you have what's called the base word, point. And then you're adding the suffix lis, because a lot of them flex to the schwa. Most of them do, except for ly. They actually flex to the schwa, so they make more of an I sound. So we have point lis, okay? Now, it makes this a two-syllable word, point lis. And most of these, when you add them to the end of a word, full, lis, nis, mint, and ly, will add another syllable. The S is the only one that you just add on to the end of whatever syllable you have there. It doesn't add another syllable. So when we have S at the end of a word, usually it means more than one, okay? So if we had cat and we have cats, okay, it means more than one cat. Or it can also change the verb tense to, instead of saying walk, it could be walks, okay? Or run can change to runs, like he runs, she runs, okay? F-U-L, so full, means full of, so helpful, joyful, full of help, full of joy. Less means without, so helpless, without help, or careless, without care, okay? Ness means like the condition or state of. So if we say happiness, okay, it means the condition or the state of being happy. I know that sounds kind of tricky, but you'll know it when you see the words, you'll kind of know what those mean. Now, mint really, it kind of turns a verb into a noun. So if you have something like excitement, well, excite would be a verb, okay? But excitement is kind of being excited. And so that it's an excitement would be a noun, while excite would be the verb. And then ly means done in a certain way, okay? So if somebody does something bravely, okay, it's done in a brave way. Or if they do it carefully, okay, it's done in a careful way. So those are the meanings of them. So all we're gonna do for this one, okay, this is kind of like our detective work, where what we wanna do is we need to underline the suffix, okay? So then we'll have what we call the base word, okay? And then we have the suffix at the end, okay? So they did the first one for you because you're lazy, haha. So we have the word point, and then they added less. So we're just gonna go through these top ones together, and then we'll read through them, and then you can just practice reading these ones on your own down here. So let's take a look at the next word. We have skillful, skillful. Well, if these are our suffixes, okay, we know that F-U-L is the suffix. So if I take off skillful, I have skill, right? But if I add full, it means I'm full of skill. So somebody who is skillful means that they're good at something, okay? Let's take a look at this next word. We have gladly, gladly. Well, I look at my suffixes. Oh, I see ly is one of them, so I'm going to underline, and this is ly, because we know y can say that long e sound. So I have gladly. My base word is glad, and gladly, remember ly means in a certain way, so something is done gladly, in a glad way, okay? Next, we have pretends, pretends, okay? So when I look at my little list of suffixes up here, I know that it's just the S. Now, this does not mean it's more than one pretend. This is where we change the verb tense. So instead of saying we pretend, we could say he pretends, okay? We need that S on there for it to make sense, okay? Then we have treatment, treatment. Again, mint, it's flexing to the schwa. So the mint is, M-E-N-T, is our suffix. So if we take that off, we have treat. And then mint. Now remember, mint can turn a verb into a noun. So if you treat something, it means you take care of it. And the treatment might be what you do to take care of it. Okay, like the medicine you take or some sort of exercise that you have to do. Okay, thickness, thickness. Well, let's look at my suffixes. So I can see that it's N-E-S-S. So remember, ness means the condition or the state of. So it's just the state of being thick, okay? And so, you know, you have to watch the thickness of your pie crust when you're making a pie, or the thickness of your clay when you're making a pot, because it might be too thick and then it won't fire properly in the kiln. Okay, over here we've got useful, useful. Well, if I look up here, I see it right there, and full means kind of what it sounds like, full of use, okay? If something is useful, it means we are able to use it very easily, or it's very helpful to us, okay? Next, we have motionless. We got that shun, Latin chunk right there, motionless. Well, L-E-S-S is my suffix, and if I take off less, I have motion, okay? Well, motion means to move. Well, if something is motionless, less means without. So less here means without movement. If something is motionless, it's not moving, okay? Next, we have gentleness, gentleness. Well, I know that N-E-S-S is my suffix. And if I take off ness, I have gentle, okay? But gentleness would be the condition or the state of being gentle, okay? So you need to handle the baby kitten with gentleness, okay? Department, department, okay? So M-E-N-T is our suffix, as we can see up here. So depart, that's more of a verb that means to leave, but when we add that mint, that means it's a department would be like a group of like offices or people that work together, okay? Here we've got exactly, exactly. Well, I see the L-Y is my suffix, okay? So if I cover that up, I have the word exact, okay, which means to be precise and exact on something. So exactly means if we do something exactly, we do it in the way of being exact, meaning very carefully and exactly what we're supposed to do. And then our last one is commits, commits, okay? S is our suffix here, okay, and that's the one, remember, it can mean more than one, but here it changes the verb. So a group of people might commit to doing something, but one person commits to doing something. It makes it more of a singular verb. Okay, so here are our words with our suffixes, and then down here we have those same words. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll read through them up here, and then I want you to practice reading them on your own down here. So we have pointless, pointless, skillful, skillful, gladly, gladly, pretends, pretends, treatment, treatment, thickness, thickness, useful, useful, motionless, motionless, gentleness, gentleness, department, department, exactly, exactly, commits, commits. So give it a try down here. Okay, see what you can do. And just a reminder, this is what the meanings of each of those suffixes are. So good job, and we'll be practicing some more with these throughout the week.